Hello, thanks. Där har vi en Kirk Franklin har kommit ut och hälsar på alla som sitter på presskonferens. Artigt.
Well, Kirk, we're extremely glad to have you back here, and just kind of want to open this session up to ask you a question. What do you remember from last year? What your impressions from the Swedish show last year, and what kind of last year? Örebro.
Oh man!
You know, that night you kept on going for almost 3 hours. We had to drag you off the stage.
Was on stage for 3 hours?
Almost.
Now, how far is that from Stockholm?
2 hours.
It's 2-hour flight?
No, by car.
Oh man! I'm trying to remember because we were in so many cities.
We did that press conference by the castle.
At the hotel. You were talking about the site.
And you,
Yeah, the castle and they it was like a little water thing around. That's it. And the hotel was like a real kind of a nice, quaint hotel.
yeah.
That was Switzerland. Sweden. Wow. Because on that trip, we were in a lot of different countries.
Right.
We were like, it was like Germany, it was Norway, it was Poland, it was, oh man, that was, but I do remember you, and I do remember that castle, just because I stayed up all night looking out the window at that castle. I mean, I was just in awe of just how beautiful that place was. It was beautiful. But, so
the concert, by the
stage,
way, is, people are still talking about it as the concert of the decade, or
I don't know about that. But no, man, I had a great time. And if I was on stage for 3 hours last time, I'll be on stage for 6 hours today. 6 hours. I'm going to be 6 hours. So how y'all feeling? Yeah. Stockholm. Cool. Yeah.
and we're expecting about 5,000 people at the Globe tonight.
Wow.
We're going to have a great show.
Wow, 5,000 people. And you know, it's always hard as somebody that does gospel music because you know you're not supposed to do it for the numbers. You know, and I just you know, you just always got to be careful. You know, whenever you hear numbers, because I always want to have the type of drive, a heart that if it was 500, and I would get up and do the same thing if it was 5,000, you know, and I think that's the important thing about gospel music, and I think that gospel music should be separated that way, that your goals and your motives should not be for the crowds and for the packed houses and all that, but for, you know, but as a Black American gospel artist coming to Stockholm and expecting 5,000 people to come out, you know, that's bigger than I could have ever imagined. You know?
We had 2,500 last year, so it's quite a growth.
Wow. Well, I had a great time. Yeah, it's just beautiful.
What's your relation to Sweden, if except for the vague memory of Örebro?
Yeah, man, but you know,
What do you know about Sweden?
not much about Sweden. I, you know, didn't really do well in school, so you know, I didn't, you know, learn a lot about the history.
No.
But I can tell you that when I was invited again to come, and when I heard that I was coming to Stockholm, it's like, you know, when you tell people that, they don't believe you. It's like, oh, it's almost like some people at home, like who may not know me, and like if there's some parents, you know, that have kids that go to school with my kids, that, you know, that don't really listen to my music, they may think that I'm going to be like on like a military base. Like a lot of people think that the concerts when I go overseas that I'm doing like these American military bases, and I'm like, no, These are not Americans that are coming to these concerts. These are European. These are white people. These are white people that do not look like me. These are not American military people. And it's just amazing. Like when I tell people that I'm going to Budapest or that I'm going to Dublin, they're like, gospel music. They just don't understand. They really don't understand. They just don't understand all this. They just have no idea how big the music is. Because you don't see it on MTV, you don't see it on VH1. Then people they don't know that it exists, and that there is a big audience of people that are really impacted by this genre.
So is gospel not that popular in the States? Is everybody listen to it or only
That's
in the
a good
church?
question. I think that my personal view is I think that the gospel music is becoming less popular in the States because the gospel is becoming less popular in the States. America is becoming more like Europe, I guess, in a sense. It's becoming more of a secular society, more of a pluralistic society. And so because of that, just the pure message that is in gospel music, doesn't seem to resonate with as many people who want to be just a little more secular in their lifestyle. 10 years ago when we were doing Stomp and it was big, especially in America. Stomp was played on MTV. That would never happen. MTV would never play Stomp now. They would be offended even if you came in there with anything that smelled inspirational. Let's not say Christian. Let's not say gospel. But anything aspirational or inspirational. A network that is very secular, that goes for the shock value like MTV, would never play. And I don't think they play the gospel videos here. The closest we're gonna get to gospel on MTV is the Black Eyed Peas. The Black Eyed Peas, or maybe U2. That's it. That is it. Oh, Kanye West, Jesus Walk.
It's funny because in your first hit, while we sing, there was a very powerful message.
Thank you.
But I mean this thing, it wouldn't be it today anymore.
Yeah. So sometimes in America, I sometimes feel like the last man standing. I kind of feel like that that these walls are falling down, and I feel like I'm the last man trying to hold the building together. It's like it's kind of like give me God and give me death. And if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Well, in your opinion, do you think that gospel music belongs in MTV, or do you think some people think that gospel music should only be in church? Elderly people.
I think that gospel music is big enough, and it's a big enough child that it knows what's best for itself. That it's going to go where it's supposed to go, and it's going to do whatever it's supposed to do, and it doesn't need me to babysit it, and it doesn't need for me to try to knock down doors for it, and it doesn't need for me to try to give it direction. That it's old enough and it's big enough to know when to be home by the curfew.
Do you think that gospel music is
Boys of Alabama percent. That's like a group that are, everybody thinks they're so cool. And they're like these old guys singing gospel.
Yeah, yeah.
They're still singing radical gospel messages, but is that more accepted because it's, I don't know, old and, you know, something that they can issue from back more than something new that if you're, you know, younger and still.
Well, you know, even when you listen to the Blind Boys and their lyrical subject, it's kind of more down home 50s, you know, kind of segregated, more kind of, you know, the cotton fields, you know, trouble don't last always type of gospel music. If that makes any sense. The lyrical message still has that sense of oppression on it. That, you know, it's not this refined and we've overcome, we're out of the cotton fields and now we are, you know, that now we're in the White House. You know, that's not the kind of gospel music that, you know, that the Blind Boys of Alabama sing. They're great guys, but if you listen to the lyrical content of those songs are very steep in the black tradition. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, and I think that's an easier meal to digest for white Americans because it's kind of like, you know, they're still in their place.
You mean for as the black people or as gospel people?
Mostly white Americans listen to the Blind Boys of Alabama. That's going to be their audience. They're going to go places like Carnegie Hall. They're going to do big arenas, and you know they're going to charge a high ticket, you know, price because their audience is mainly going to be white Americans. You know, who really connect with that type of niche, type of novelty of that, you know, just that black down on kind of, you know, soulful gospel genre. You know, they are not African Americans like the Blind Boys of Alabama. You know, I can't tell you when they performed on the Stellar Wars. You know, but you know, for white Americans, they become a very high demand act. I can tell you that I've been doing music for a long time. I don't remember hardly any times that I've been on stage with them. You know, I've been on stage with Al Green. You know, I've been on stage with Aretha. I've been on stage with you know, with them all. But I think that they really stay connected to that. You know, oh, but don't last always. You know, we gonna overcome, and you know, that's kind of stage. Well, it's not even old school just because there's some good gospel music old school, like the Shirley Caesars and you know those styles of gospel music that is not as popular in those circles like the Blind Boys. The Blind Boys are the only ones doing it like that in that circle.
In Europe, it's very similar with blues music, so that's why.
With blues music?
Yeah. Very similar.
Yeah.
You can see those old gospel acts at jazz festivals.
Yes, you can. Yes, you see those old gospel acts at those jazz festivals. And the audience is mainly white.
Yeah, the Jesse Dixon or
Jesse Dixon. Yes.
Or maybe, I don't know, some of the other old quartets.
Yes.
Performing.
And you're right.
Dixie Hummingbirds.
Dixie Hummingbirds. But in America, they're not going to be somebody that the general black population is going to go see, like they will go see Mary and Dinah McCartney and